Hello and happy Thursday, everybody. Today we're going to be doing another Dev Diary rundown, this time of Dev Diary 85, which is the art content of Voice of the People. This Dev Diary is entirely 100% art from, when I was looking at it earlier. Maybe they managed to sneak some mechanic in there without me noticing, but if you are here for mechanics only, you probably want to select another video, or perhaps a different YouTuber who covers these sorts of things. But if you're down for the ride, we're going to talk about the art content here in Dev Diary 85, so grab your coffee and let's go. Okay, so bunch of new visual features. 1.3 update agitator. You'll be able to see brand new character outfits, which is what we're here about. Hopefully Freud's character outfit has a little bit more, let's say, a white powdery substance that's unexplained on it, because if I say this too close to the start of the YouTube video, I have to demonetize myself, but you get my idea. Okay. Continuing on, this further emphasized the new character background for agitators, which is kind of neat. That stuff will visually look different, but, this isn't mechanics, and to some extent, I might not even notice some of these things. But we see this rather dandy outfit here. You see, this looks like a flag as a belt. That's kind of neat. 3D model for Western agitator. So I'm guessing, will this always just be the flag of the nation they're from, or going to, or this sort of stuff? We see Hugo... Berlin, and this doesn't necessarily look like a Dutch flag, but he looks pretty dandy. He has an ideology authoritarian, which is neat, so this is new. This is kind of mechanics, but okay. We have Jingoist here, Mr. Marat, looking very dapper, and Moises Corral, who is a Jingoist, who's got the whole poncho get-up. I love the outfit. I'm a quarter Mexican. So here we have, I'm not going to even try and pronounce that. What is that? That's such a... Okay. Well, he's a pacifist. But, that is easily the most, if I've ever looked at a name and been like, I do not want to try and say that out loud, that is that name right there. But let's continue on. New eye-catching revolution. So, obviously, this is, actually pretty nice, and will be cool to see on the map, where this is the Rev brewing. Also, it'll be incredibly obvious. Often, when a Rev is brews really fast, sometimes I don't even notice it, and then it pops, and then I'm like, I'm glad I can just load the game. Because I wish maybe there should be a pop-up, but this is kind of like a pop-up of sorts. New effects, particle effects for battles. We have the little do. This is not something I ever really zoom in for. It kind of affects performance, but it's going to be there now. And, of course, we have the planes. Open your mouth. Here comes the appy sauce. Here comes the coffee, more like. So, as you can see, it's mainly just like we're talking about art type of stuff. Historical agitators, voice the people, most iconic agitators and revolutionaries ranging from Lenin to Emperor Norton and many others. And so this is also incredibly exciting as well. We have Giuseppe Mazzini, hopefully I pronounced that right. Vladimir Lenin, I know I pronounced that good enough. Looking very Lenin-y. I don't know if that guy looks Giuseppe-y. But we also see he's firebrand persistent. What's Lenin? Oh, we don't get to... they don't show us Lenin's traits. Boo. They don't want to show charismatic... They don't want to show the charismatic communist. I'm guessing they would be... He would be like charismatic... reckless? Something like that? I don't know. And then we have reserved, firebrand, reckless. A lot of the agitators are probably reckless, with the traditionalist Charles Maurras, however you pronounce that. And then we have Emiliano Zapatos, who's honorable, celebrity commander, direct, the rural folk anarchist. Notably, I think it's going to be really neat that with the agitators mechanic, which they've already explained in previous Dev Diaries, you're going to be able to, it's going to be much easier to go anarchist in these types of things. So I might have to do a UK run for anarchy in the UK, because we never got that achievement on our UK run. Ooh, child is a new trait. I don't recall having seen this before, but I guess I haven't clicked on enough children. I don't remember seeing child as a trait, though, so that's kind of neat. But she's 21, and she's a child? The 20-year-old child. All hail. What? 20-year-old child. She has a child, maybe? It must be she has a child. Okay, not she's a 21-year-old child. That makes more sense. But continuing on, We have Louis Blanqui, or however you pronounce that, Learn More button, which they talk about. It will link you to the Wikipedia page, which is neat. I believe you need to buy the expansion in order to get a majority of the historical characters, or some of the extra ones, or something like this. There's revolution effects. Expanding on the revolution, we've created an assortment of unique VFXs that stand as new visual flair for each individual interest group when they are revolting. That is super interesting. Something I'd just like to emphasize here, there's different teams at Paradox, and like one of the teams is responsible for flavor and another's responsible for mechanics. I think there's 3 teams. This entire update is from the ones that are responsible for flavor. So, I mean, to some extent, I get the idea where people are like, hey, diplomacy's still broken. Hey, wars are still broken. What are you doing with all this? This is what they're hired to do. The guys who are responsible for mechanics, they were responsible for the 1.2 update, so I'm guessing 1.4 is going to be mechanics heavy again. Just kind of a little bit of something to mention, but okay. These effects will show revolutionary IGs has the most traction state tool, blah blah blah. The revolutionary IG that has the most traction in a state, and highlight that with the corresponding effect. So I'm trying to see, I can't, just by looking at this, no. Is that labor unions? There's like a fist carrying something there, and then there's someone, is that clergy with there carrying the Bible, and then this is, I can't tell what these individually mean, but okay, this is easier, because there's, oh, this is a pitchfork, and this looks like a Bible, so I guess it's the rural folk and the clergy. That's kind of neat. Raise your pitchforks or your books. Okay. If I could read, I would be able to figure that out faster. Okay. Then we have French visual culture. So we have a bunch of different French buildings. New, unique depictions and visual flavors. They've mentioned in a previous dev diary that it's going to be tied to the land that French, like the French starting land, not all land that France owns. And so if you conquer French land, they should maintain these buildings. And if France conquers German land, they won't all change to these buildings. And so these are initial concept designs, and which implies that it might be up for some change before release. But this is probably going to be kind of what you see. Let's actually click on one of these and take a closer look. Very, very nice. We could even, go through and look at a few of these, but they are overall pretty cool. And now they're going to be talking about the map updates, I'm sure. So UI skin, not only will French aesthetics be prevalent in this map and all aspects of the interface, inspired by Art Nouveau, etc., mostly, etc. This look covers all existing areas of the game, giving not just a French coat of paint. Ha, ha, ha. You know, I often complain about the copy in these dev diaries, but this is on point. The French coat of paint. French. This is my favorite little thing now. I almost don't want to scroll down. Okay. We have blue. I don't know what blue they're talking about. Isn't the ocean always blue? It's a bit of a different shade. I'm guessing with the deep ocean and the shallows. I don't know what this one's trying to tell us, actually. I can't tell. But I also don't pay super close attention. Icons will remain recognizable. Well, that's good. But, oh, is there just the UI is blue instead of, was it brown before? So like this wasn't blue. This was like yellow or something, and now it's blue. Now all this. Okay. So that's neat. We can balance the budget. Is there anything new that we can sneakily figure out? Is the art for consumption? No. Investment pool transfer. Ooh, this is looking a little bit better. It's now separates tariffs, minting, government dividends, investment pool transfer, diplomatic pacts, additional income. Huzzah. So this is pretty exciting as well. So this will, this is great. That this is going to be like separate now. At least visually conveying the information a little bit better. So this is, this is not this is still like cosmetic in terms of what type of update it is, but it's going to be a little bit easier for new players to realize that the investment pool transfer is one of the biggest and most important things in the early to mid game. I mean, it falls off quite substantially, but by the time it falls off, you just kind of you just build whatever, I guess. I don't know. Okay, paper map. We love the paper map. Where is the centaur? Where's our centaur, buddy? So in a previous dev diary, they showed a centaur on one of the paper maps, but this is cool. You can see the mountains drawn in, Ortejouge, all this sort of stuff. Hopefully this doesn't negatively affect performance. Even when getting an overview of the world through the paper map, the French and Revolutionary history theme will make its presence known through a completely remade texture for it, featuring various new patterns and illustrations depicting monuments of French history tied to revolutions, in addition to illustrating large mountain ranges and rivers, etc., etc. Okay, so we're just kind of continuing on here. What's this about? It looks cool. I mean, like, this is kind of the step diary, huh? You just, like, click on the thing and you go, oh, that looks cool. But it's not necessarily an enormous update. Are there different borders? This looks so much different, I guess. I mean, I don't see any different countries. Except for that's about to implode there in Central America. But other than that... Okay, there's the map table. In map table, we created a new look for the surrounding table, much in line with the book, the look of the interface. I didn't even realize there was a map table. Have I never zoomed out that far? I've probably zoomed out that far, but just never noticed it. This carries Spark of Revolution, raising from a homemade bomb, etc., to grapes. They know they had a joke. Some of your agitators may have sour grapes. Ha, ha. Those are the sourest looking grapes. Alright. Last but not least, the visual component added to voice the people are a wide new range of illustrations for the events that focus on political clashes, schemes, and law. The final and most prominent of all these illustrations is the new main menu, featuring agitators from the pack and architecture from the French buildings. And so I actually really love the illustrations from the loading screens and this type of stuff. I'm pretty excited to be seeing more of them, especially because every time Great Britain, you know, when they're genial with me, and then I'm in their customs union and this type of stuff, and then they join to play against me, I need to reload the game, so now I will have new stuff to see when I reload the game, so that'll be fantastic. Really, really big nice that we'll be able to see, you know, the camel, of course. It's actually a fantastic looking... I love the art of Paradox so much. Oh, this one will be fantastic for thumbnails. Kind of. I guess it's not that high res. And then, new start to the game with our dear French monarchist here. And so this type of thing, we have the voice of the people have the voice, and this type of stuff. And this gives you an insight to the new visual content we'll be rolling out with 1.3. This is probably the last patch, or the last dev diary. No, it's the second to last dev diary before the upload. I assume that there will be a new, like, the next one will be like all patch notes and will be a little bit dry, but it'll explain everything. I'm really keen on the numbers. Let's scroll up and talk a little bit about something. I'm really keen on the numbers on the land reform, various land reform laws, because I think this might be something that changes metagames, as well as the fact that you can more easily go multiculturalism will make going census suffrage earlier on a lot better. I think that might be meta as well, going really early census suffrage, not universal suffrage, but census suffrage seems to me to be the best voting system to have to try and get the intelligentsia, the trade unionists, and the industrialists all powerful at once, simultaneously. And so, but you don't normally get it now because the path to liberalism event chain, you do not want to finish before you get before you can get human rights, the tech, because what finishing the path to liberalism will do is it will give you a radical that you can use to pass multiculturalism, which is also meta. And otherwise, if your radical dies after you go census suffrage and you get your radical, there's no really good way to force another radical. And so this will allow you to do that. And so that's kind of how I think that might change things. But other than that, you know, very, very nice update in terms of art. We with a French coat of paint, or French. But yeah, we love to see the planes, I guess. But yeah, this is mostly a cosmetic dev diary. I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, etc., and have a good day.